Hello, my name is Dan,
And I'm Greg.
and this is the LFCCast in association with LFConline.com. How's it going, Greg?
Um, could be better, Dan. Could be better.
Why?
I've just had a bit of a bad weekend.
Well, I think I know why that is, Greg, and this is the topic of the podcast today. It was Liverpool 1, West Ham 3.
What a shambles! Absolute shambles, Dan.
What's your overall feelings on it, Greg?
I've just said it. Shambles.
Okay, cool.
No,
That's Greg and Dan signing off. See you later, everybody. Bye-bye.
no, it was awful. We were slow. I thought we lacked creativity.
Yeah.
We just didn't get going at all. It was
Just
completely different to last season.
I agree, and it's one of them that it seems to be a theme with us. Straight off the back, Greg, we can see the goal, and it's
Yeah,
set pieces again that are costing us.
yeah. 2 goals in 7 minutes. It's
Yeah,
just, that's the type of thing we were doing last season.
yeah.
West Ham did what we were doing last season to other teams, and they've just done it to us yesterday.
Well, the thing is, Greg, if you concede 2 goals, it's obvious saying it like now, but if you concede 2 goals early on, especially against a team like West Ham or Aston Villa, they're fine because their game is to soak up pressure and snatch a goal. So if they've got 2 goals, they just sit back.
Sit back, yeah. And I
So,
think when we got our goal, Sterling, which was a cracking goal
oh,
as well,
great shot.
I thought, yeah, we can get back into this. It was 26 minutes, I think, something like that, wasn't it, that we got the
Yeah,
goal?
yeah.
And I was thinking, yeah, we are going to get back into this, and then we just did
It
nothing
just
at
didn't
all.
seem like we there was. I was saying when I was watching the match that as much as we were passing and going forward, we didn't look like we were going to score. The keeper wasn't making any saves, tipping it over the bar. There wasn't no pressure, was there? They were sponging up our attack easily.
And I think the difference between yesterday and last season, we'd get the ball, Sterling, Sturridge, Suarez had burst
Yeah,
forward. It
yeah,
just wasn't happening. Sterling, he needs to play more forward. They dropped him back a bit, and
yeah.
Balotelli gets the ball. And I don't want to go
Balotelli.
on about Suarez. And I was quite impressed by Balotelli, to be honest. But I
He's
don't
all
want to
right,
go.
yeah,
Yeah,
but he's
I don't
not
want to go.
Suarez, is he?
No, and I don't want to go on about Suarez every single time we do a podcast.
I
But
do. Let's talk about Suarez. Oh, I miss him. I miss him so much.
he'd get the ball, turn, and he was at them. I just felt sometimes like the ball coming to Balotelli,
Yeah,
and then he'd knock it out wide, and then
yeah.
there was no urgency about
No
the game.
threat.
He used to
Yeah.
just get the ball, turn, and go at them.
But then again, obviously that's the argument. Who do you replace Suarez with? Because
Yeah,
he's Suarez.
yeah,
You don't replace him. But okay then. So I mean, back to the game. I mean, for me, Greg, I was really disappointed.
yeah,
We didn't seem to click. Our players just didn't seem to pass well. Our defense was terrible.
yeah. And I
And
think that's the main thing. The defense just
yeah,
shocking, and the midfield just weren't there.
exactly, they weren't there. And it's I'm trying to find positives here, and the only positive I can think of is maybe Sterling was the only person who really looked like he wanted to do something in the game.
Yeah, I think Lallana when he came on,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought he was great when he came on.
Lallana. In fact, that brings us to it. Who do you think was our best performer on that game, if any?
I know it is difficult. It's so difficult.
Yeah,
I'm going to say Lallana. I thought,
he changed the game, didn't he, when he come
yeah, he
on?
did, we got a little bit of creativity when he came on, which we had none before that.
Yeah, for me, I'd say Lallana. I'd also say not just Lallana. I think the way the squad changed, bringing Lallana on, we were able to attack a bit more. I thought the setup and the tactics to begin with were crap, were
Yeah,
terrible. It was Gerard and Lucas who can't run.
yeah.
Gerard can't run anymore. Lucas
Oh,
can't run anyway. So they're defending. I know what his aim was. I know obviously it's a tough place to go, so obviously defense be a bit more defensive. But
yeah, he's trying to
once,
shore it up a bit with Lucas, wasn't he? In that, but
yeah,
it
but
didn't
once
work.
them 2 goals got in, that was gone. Then void.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, as you just said, Gerard, he just seems a yard off the pace,
Well, he's
and
he's 30. What is he? 34.
he's around that, isn't he?
So
33.
yeah, 33, 34. So I think we need to accept now that Gerard's he's never going to be the Gerard of old, is he anymore? That's it now from
He
Gerard,
isn't.
and that worries me. That Greg is that we can't rely on Gerard anymore. That's it.
No,
I thought he was one of our worst players. And I hate to
Yeah,
say that, but I thought he just seemed off the pace completely.
yeah, and I can't think of one of his passes that came off yesterday. One of his long passes,
I can't.
and we sometimes rely on them.
We do.
So
Well, do you know what? I noticed one where he gave the ball away, and he was tracking back, but he looked like he was walking back. He just, you know what
yeah,
I mean? He wasn't. He doesn't have that pace anymore to get back. And I love Gerrard. It's hard to criticise him, but then again, everyone didn't play too great apart from Lallana, maybe.
yeah.
So, who was your worst performer, Greg?
Do you know what? I feel harsh because I think I've said it for the last couple of podcasts, but Sacco again.
That was crap, isn't he?
He just woodies me, and for their third goal, that header.
Yeah.
What was he thinking?
Oh,
It
mate.
was into no man's land. He could have just put it out. I know Rodgers is trying to get us to not put balls out and get that possession, keep the possession up, but
just get it out.
But just heading it into the middle of the field where we've got no one there.
Yeah.
And maybe we should have had people there. We should have had midfield there, but
it just seems nuts. Sacco, like he hasn't got a brain.
Yeah.
Like he nearly killed Lovren. Did you see it? He just nearly killed Lovren. It was like Lovren was just coming up for a header, and he just went, "Fuck this, mate!" Boom! Took his head out.
I think we discussed it the other week as well. Was it? I can't remember. I think it was the Spurs game.
It was for the goal, wasn't it? Was it? Yeah, they both jumped up.
They both went for the ball.
They need to one little shout, Greg. It's all it takes. One of them to shout.
Yeah.
Instead, Lovren.
Nearly took Lovren's head off, didn't he?
Yeah, he was on the floor. I thought he wasn't getting back up. Do you know what's funny? We'll continue to talk about the match, but I'll just say this dead quick. I watched it in the pub the other day, Greg, and I walked in, went straight to the bar, and the match started, right?
Yeah.
And then my brother was coming to the game, so he wasn't there yet. So he walks in. As he walks in, West Ham score, right? And he just walked in, smiling, just looked at the screen, 1-0, and just turned around and walked back out.
Did he come back?
He came back after a bit of persuasion, but it was just... it was just that he just looked like a defeated figure. He just walked in, looked, and then just walked back out the pub. Okay, then. So, what is going on with Liverpool? You know what I mean? It's three defeats now, is it?
Yeah.
So,
I think
what is
our
it?
only saving grace is that we've got another game in 2 days' time, so hopefully we forget about this game, get onto the cup game.
Got to. Do you think the squad's impacting this? I mean, obviously we lost Suarez. Let's not dwell on them too much anymore, but we lost Suarez and we got a big bulk of money. Yeah. And we bought a big squad of players. And to be fair, we needed to do it because we need to compete, we need to play, we needed squad players. But do you feel we just missed out on a world-class talent who could change that game?
I think we've done. I know you mentioned the other day that you think we've just bought a load of just squad players, no one special.
No key player.
I don't know. Lallana when he gets fit, Balotelli when he gets a bit fitter, they could be a couple of special players for us.
Was Balotelli ever world-class, though?
I know, well, the other day in the other podcast I said he was, but I don't know.
But that's been, I think, Greg, in all honesty, I've been saying he is world-class, but I'm starting to feel like I don't really know him that much, you know what I mean? I don't know Balotelli's game in Italy and all that. I just wanted him to be world-class. I've been willing him on to be world-class.
I've been in Italy. I've just seen those sort of wonder goals he scored, from 40 yards. And
he's capable of doing it.
But I've not seen any of his other play, so I suppose time will tell.
Time will tell. Today on Twitter, Greg, Balotelli said,
I saw it, yeah.
Man United lost, didn't he? And Balotelli said, Man United, lol. On Twitter.
Lol.
Lol. But, okay. Fair enough. Well, overall, Greg, I mean, your final thoughts on it. How do you feel about Liverpool? How do you feel about the loss and going forward?
I think we're going to struggle this season now. I really do.
I do.
What do you think about Barini playing? How do you think Lambert's going to take that? Everything that happened with Barini. Obviously, we wanted to sell him.
Yeah,
he's getting a start over Lambert.
Yeah. I think Barini did nothing in that game. He had a few towards the end of the game. He was niggling about, and he got a few free kicks, but he just doesn't, for me, bring anything to the game.
No.
Do anything?
Do you know what? I
What?
thought there was a couple of little sparks yesterday where he did a few good things and
Yeah, he did a couple of good things, but there was one chance where he took a shot instead of passing it across
yeah,
to
definitely.
Manquillo. Was it who he meant to pass it
Not
across
sure,
to?
but Balotelli put him through for it, didn't he?
Yeah,
And then
a
all
player
he used to
came
do
in.
is squared it back across the goal, and he didn't. He just took the shot
Just a
instead,
bit
which
selfish.
is a bit annoying.
And
Yeah.
another funny thing was when Lambert come on. Did you see? Did you see it? He was like kicking off, saying, "I need to take the corner." I was
No, I
like,
didn't see that.
"No, get off." Yeah, Rogers had him and he said, "Come off, come off," and like Lambert was like saying, "Come on," and it panned over to Breen. He was like, "But I want to take the corner. Wow, I meant to take the corner."
Well, could you hear him as well? Yeah.
Yeah, no, but overall, Greg, I was disappointed.
Yeah, very disappointed.
I was angry last night, and I called you up a bit
You did.
drunk,
You
saying
were
some silly
drunk.
things.
You were, and you were on speakerphone. I was round a friend's house for an evening meal.
An evening meal. A quiet meal with your friends and family. And I said some things, and I still agree with what I said, but I'm less angry today because Man U lost, Everton lost today, which is
Yeah,
Sunday, by the way, guys, the day after.
I know. We've been lucky there with that.
We
With the
have.
way the results went today. So
We have. So it's kind of a bit of a let off. It kind of makes it a bit more sweeter. Bittersweet is the word.
yeah.
But yeah, overall, Greg, we can get better. I think we will get better, but I
I think
think
we
Liverpool
can
are
only get
slow.
better.
Yeah, things can
Can
only
only
get
get.
better. Yeah, all right then. Well, I've been
Right.
Dan,
I've been Greg.
and this is the LFC cast. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you all later. Bye
Yeah.
bye.
And guys, don't forget to click the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up as well. It'll be much appreciated.
We'd like that.
We would.
See you later.
Bye.
You'll never walk alone. Bye bye.